What is up, YouTube? Welcome to another video for Destiny 2. I am Silence's Waffles, obviously, and welcome to the channel. I'm currently going over today. We're currently going over the Destiny 2. We're talking about the Destiny 2 dev update on rewards. I'm currently live going over this right now on twitch.tv/Silence's Waffles. So if you want to come hang out with us while I do this, or just stream in general today, you're more than welcome to. All the information for that will be down in the description below. Going forward, or moving on, I don't know what I'm doing here, but moving on, let's talk about this dev update. So I woke up after a nap earlier today, waiting for everything to kind of settle out, and I decided to go check Bungie.net, and I saw that they had a dev update. And with this update, they talk about a few different things, namely the whole ecosystem with the rewards and power cap and all that kind of stuff. So you know, we start off with the assistant game director, Joe Blackburn, giving us the whole spiel about introducing things that were introduced last year and how it would progress with the game as time goes on in the year 4, 5, and 6. So their first tidbits are with rewards, and they start off with the power ecosystem first, talking about how they changed up and their delivery system on how they gave out rewards. Okay, with the legendary engrams, how they gave it a buff for the, you know, drop a few more, as well as drop it more on par with levels. So you get a blue, and the blue is actually, you know, higher or better than a legendary that you get. It's no longer lower when you hit the soft cap. So these are the small things that he's hitting on in this dev update. And whether or not people noticed it, I'm pretty sure they have, because a lot of people are super high level, super early into the season. Like we're 1 month in, and people are already almost at cap, or are at cap. Not hard cap, but soft cap possibly. So I've seen a lot of 1260s. I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there that's 1270. Got to be, right? Based off of hard cap, so, and base level cap anyway. But I digress. So they go over that and talk about all the things that they've been dropping in and what tweaks that they want to add into it. So I'm going here and I'm seeing that talking about season 13 and the improvements that they made to the overall power ecosystem with each that they want to make with the overall power system with each release in year 4. Speaking mostly on the Nightfall ordeals and the master bunkers. All right. And he says he doesn't want to spoil anything, and he goes in and he talks about adding 6 new legendary weapons for the ritual activities, which includes 2 strikes, as well as the Gambit and Crucible, and then adding the adept weapons for Grandmaster Nightfalls on top of that, with 3 new weapons coming to Destiny 2, returning from Destiny 1, which I'm excited for, which is the Palindrome, the Swarm, and the Shadow Price. So if you haven't experienced any D1 stuff, go check out these guns. I'm pretty sure you can find them on the internet. They were smacking. All right, but now there's gonna be some adept versions of these weapons. The biggest key here is the adept version of the weapons that are coming in for Grandmaster Nightfalls, which, as you know, as the same way as Trials, people were saying like, what's the big pull? What's the big like carrot on the stick that we've been wanting? And this was it. This is kind of it, like the night exclusive loot. We want exclusive loot to activities. So this will be a little bit more of a draw for the casual player to go touch some of these higher level activities that they think they can't, which they can. You know, you just come out there, come and ask. If you're looking for somebody to play with, you know, you can always come hang out with me. You know what I mean? And we can get it done. But I think it's great. I can't wait to see the adept versions of these weapons and what adept perks they're gonna have with this. This is also like kind of teetering on that line of like, well, what other adept things, whatever mods and systems are gonna be put into place for other things in the game. So they talk as they go forward. He talks a little bit more about the weaponry now that's currently in place and everything, all the loot pool adjacent to Beyond Light right now. And I mean, he admits that it's lacking and that they're going to be adding more in, and they want to add more and throw about a quote unquote double. I'm not saying he's saying double, but he's kind of like saying that like, hey, we want to throw in a shit ton more weapons because what we did at the release of Beyond Light wasn't enough, and it wasn't up to our liking either. Not realizing that the pool of sunsetting that they, again, and we've talked about this, a lot of people have said it. everywhere that, you know, I don't think they went in knowing about how much of the inventory that they literally have removed from being viable for certain things, if that's the plan. And I'm all for sunsetting, don't get me wrong. Like I'm all for, I was for it when it first came out. I understood the reasoning behind it because I'm all for that variety, you know, spice of life thing. Okay, I play this game for PvE, not necessarily for PvP. Sunsetting doesn't hurt casual PvP. Hardcore PvP, kinda, I guess, in certain ways. But I also don't think it hurts that either. It's just up to your particular playstyle. If you like variety and like to try out different guns and use different things, then sunsetting shouldn't bother you. But if you're one of those people who are kind of like stuck on one utility, then sunset is definitely like one of those things that irk the fuck out of you. And you just can't get around it. So they are going to try to, they're saying moving forward, they're going to try to add, they're going to throw a shit ton more guns in, which I'm excited to see what weapons they decide to throw into the pool and how they do it. Hopefully not continuing to do the pattern of what they just did this season, which was throw back in the season 11 and 12 weapons, which was fine because they needed to put something into the pool to satisfy. But I'm hoping in the future that they create a big enough loot pool that they don't need to have to rely on reprising weapons and bringing back older loot pools to kind of give people like, hey, look, I know you weren't here for this, but now we're gonna give it back. Hey, listen, they missed out, and I'm not trying to gatekeep either, but you know, if that season is over and we're coming into a new one, sure, let the older, like within that year of loot. All right, so like year 4's loot, within that year of loot, players who come into year 4 should be able to access all of year 4's weapons. Anything past or before year 4, get it out of here. It's old. It's time to go. Let it go. Right. So that's just my take on it. I know a lot of people probably won't like that, but that's just where I'm at. If you have a different opinion on that, let me know down below. We can have a discussion about it. All right. As far as, and again, that's what quality and quantity was really talking about. Is like, hey, we want to throw in more with better, you know, quality and better loot pools and better perk pools as well. So, and I'm liking a lot of the new perks. So y'all let me know about those too if y'all like that stuff. So that's really what it was about. And they also kind of dipped on some transmog stuff. All right, so they talked about transmog coming in season 14. And I guess they gave us some little screenshots here to show off what that's going to look like. And I like the way this looks. I actually would prefer this when I'm looking at ornaments and stuff, to see my entire character as I'm laying out the pieces. And then they also mentioned that, hey, Volta Glass is going to be returning next season, and the crossplay is coming next year. Now, not generation play, crossplay. This means PC and console players will be able to play together, and I'm super excited for them to touch on that a little bit more in detail, like what this means if we finally are getting one unified world. And when that happens, I think the game is going to take off into a whole nother direction, like beyond what our expectations now. Like I think we're stuck in this little orb of like Destiny can't really go any further because of what it's on and where it's at right now. And I think when that hits, that's the stepping stone to, hey, we're about to move into this big giant world and you guys don't even know it. All right. They also dib and dab on the legendary lost sectors and master lost sector rotations coming in for the moon, and I think other planets, but they just said the moon right now. So that's pretty much what they talked about during this update, or little dev update. And it's spicy, just a little, it's a tiny bit spicy. It's nothing heavy. So I'm interested to see what they're gonna do, what they talked about here. Hopefully they executed well. I know that sometimes Bungie's execution is not the best, but they'll get there. And that's all I wanted to talk about today. You guys let me know what y'all think about all this stuff that's coming up. I know we didn't really read over this. It's kind of like a thoughts video here, so I just wanted to try this out for the first time. So let me know what you think about this and what's coming down the pipe, what you're excited to see down in the comments below if you can. And if you enjoyed the video today, make sure you know, if you like it, hit that like button, share it out, let your friends know about it. Say, hey, this guy's pretty dope over here. He's doing his thing. Trying to grow here on YouTube. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.